The Vanderpump Rules. Since Scandoval's story went public, Tom Sandoval has engaged in a few altercations, trying to defend his behavior rather than provide an apology. The Vanderpump Rules. Tom Sandoval has had plenty of heated exchanges in the past, but since Scandoval rocked his world, things have gotten a lot tougher. Tom and his co-star Raquel made the decision to have an affair after nearly 10 years of being together as Ariana, Madix, and Tom. Tom and Raquel maintained their connection despite Raquel being one of Ariana's closest friends and the ex-fiance of James Kennedy, who also features on Vanderpump Rules, until it became publicly known in a scandalous manner. Tom has been angrier than he should be because Ariana has received support from the majority since the affair was made public. Tom was doing his best to create a story around his and Raquel's affair that made him look less like a villain, since he continuously felt the need to be right and justified in his actions. Even though he continues to acknowledge that he made a mistake, he has been making excuses for them rather than admitting his mistakes and apologizing for them. Tom has only hurt his own and Raquel's reputations in the process. Tom has engaged in contentious disputes, both on and off camera, over the past few months, demonstrating his lack of objectivity in the Scandoval case. Tom and Shay had one of their most tearful on-screen chats ever during the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 finale when they sat down to talk. Although Tom and Sheena's chemistry isn't frequently publicized, the two have been friends for more than 10 years and are obviously close. It was harder for them to talk about Tom and Ariana's relationship because of their long-standing friendship. Tom was trying to maintain an emotional and somewhat contrite demeanor throughout his chat with Sheena, but it was evident that he was rapidly escalating into a state of rage at the way she was tearing holes in his story. Tom started to become obviously upset with the talk, and his responses started to become harsher and shorter as Sheena attempted to ask him why he felt at ease with such a low-level deceptive technique of cheating on his long-term partner. Tom made an attempt to place the responsibility on Ariana's bad mental state, saying that he was concerned that she might turn to self-harm if he broke up with her. Tom couldn't take the criticism when Sheena pressed him with more questions in an effort to get him to at least acknowledge that his actions were wrong. He yelled at Sheena, and they quarreled about his position. Tom continued to lose his temper until Sheena intervened and cut the conversation off. When Tom arrived for the 3-part Vanderpump Rules Season 10 reunion, he had an unusual moment because he appeared frail and ill. Tom began the reunion by thanking the cast for continuing to support Ariana despite his obvious anguish. Despite the fact that Tom and Ariana had obviously stopped communicating before the reunion, it was clear that Tom was attempting to win Ariana back by emphasizing her welfare over his own. Tom started crying right away when host Andy Cohen asked if he had anything to say to the audience as a whole. James and Ariana both yelled at Tom to stop crying as they both watched him continue to cry. He paused for a breath before resuming his statement. "I just want to say that no matter what was going on in our relationship, she didn't deserve it, but I appreciate everyone being there for Ariana. Nobody should have it happen," Tom sobbed. "I'm sorry for breaking one of my promises, and I did it in the worst way conceivable. I apologize and I adore you." The strange comment Tom made set off a debate about his victim-blaming tendencies and felt more like a shield than an apology. The group was allowed a lunch break during the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 Reunion Part 2 with the understanding that any interactions they had would be documented. While the other Vanderpump Rules cast members didn't object to the rule, Tom believed that after speaking with Raquel in front of the cameras, he had a right to some alone time. Due to a restraining order Sheena obtained, Raquel wasn't present for the first half of the reunion. Instead, she was held in a remote trailer 100 yards away. After updating her on the drama, Tom wished to meet with her privately. Tom became irate and demanded a break from filming when a producer informed him of the prohibition against capturing exchanges. He yelled at the producer as he ran out of Raquel's trailer, repeatedly stating that he needed a break and that he wanted to speak to Raquel without cameras present. Tom wouldn't stop yelling and kept getting louder while the producer struggled to keep his cool. "I don't feel at ease, and neither does her," he said. "We must be careful with our words. I'm in a precarious situation right now." He wanted to talk to Raquel alone, but that was turned down. Tom and James, with whom he has always been friends, have fought numerous times during the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 reunion. Despite dating Tom's ex-girlfriend Kristen Doute in the past, James hasn't always been wholly innocent in his own right. However, the two have been friends with Tom for years and have never allowed their romantic ties to interfere with their friendship. James frequently expressed his need for Tom during Vanderpump Rules Season 10, claiming that their bond had changed after he and Raquel split up. James didn't understand why Tom appeared to have sided with Raquel in their breakup. James was obviously quite hurt by Tom's behavior at the beginning of the reunion. Right in the start of the reunion, James became angry at Tom multiple times, yelling at him and calling him a worm with a mustache. Tom's statement that they had never been particularly close struck a nerve as James persisted in attacking him. When James retorted that he was lying, Tom responded in an uncharacteristically calm manner, brushing aside James' criticism and asserting that, despite James' perception, he had never considered them to be brothers. James was stunned by the statement, which made things challenging for the two throughout their reunion. Tom and Ariana discussed their breaking up during their final conversation in Vanderpump Rules Season 10. They went into detail regarding Tom's romance with Raquel. Ariana sought to comprehend Tom's decisions and how he could defend his actions, whilst Tom wanted to concentrate on what the affair meant to him and why he felt drawn to Raquel. Throughout their chat, there was disagreement between the two, and it was obvious that Ariana was raising valid concerns that Tom would acknowledge. Instead, he persisted in trying to justify his friendship with Raquel, seemingly seeking Ariana's approval. When Ariana yelled at him and said she didn't want to hear about Raquel or his relationship with her, Tom got upset. Tom yelled indignantly after Ariana implied that his connection with Raquel wasn't genuine. "It's real because she treats me with ******ing respect, something I haven't had from you in a long time," Tom said with a snap. He said when Ariana prodded him further, it was about a connection where we were actually respecting each other and giving each other confidence. The two kept fighting, but the Vanderpump Rules star immediately noticed Tom's animosity. Thank you for watching. Write what you think about it. Subscribe to the channel.